scrub is a guy that thinks he's flying, is also known as a buster. Always talking about what he wants. Someone said something's broken. So, no, I don't want your number, no. I don't want to give you mine, and no, I don't want to meet you nowhere, no. Chase don't want none of your time, and no, I don't want no scrub. Scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. Yes, Kandi and Tiny. They did that when they wrote that song for TLC. Okay. This is RuPaul's Drag Race, y'all. We gonna get to it. Oh Lord, it's just so much. I tell you, I be trying to stay up on the Drag Race tea, and there is a lot to be going down. But when it comes time for the actual eliminations, like, they have really been surprising me. Because the girl that you think is going to go home, don't go home. She be safe. Or the girl that you think is going to go home in the lip sync, sometimes end up staying. So it's just, this season has just really been a roller coaster ride. Like, it really, really has. Okay. So what is going on? Okay, so who went home last week? Sugah, Cain. I already expressed myself like I do every week. Vanjie definitely, I guess she gave more in the lip sync, but I pretty much thought that Sugah and Vanjie was neck and neck in terms of the lip sync overall. I didn't feel like Sugah did bad. No, not at all. And in terms of track record, Sugah definitely should have stayed over Vanjie because she had a better track record than Vanjie. But since this is not RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars, this is just RuPaul's Drag Race, track record and report card don't seem to matter. So I'm just like, okay, well, I mean, it is what it is. Sugah's gone. Okay. So now the girls are there. Akeria expressed to Silky that the judges kind of read you on something, and how do you feel about that? Silky was just like, I'm a little disappointed in myself, and I definitely need to step it up, and try to do better, etc. Was there anything else that was said? Not really. Okay, so we get to the next day. All the girls are walking up in there like the Prancing elites. And, doing the little J-setting situation. And so all the girls sit down. Then RuPaul comes in there with the mini challenge. And this mini challenge is the dramatics of slapping a girl down to the ground like a dirty hoe. RuPaul was just like, in homage of me and my situation that I have going on right now. Let me give y'all this. So, the girls would just basically read each other, and then the other girl would slap her down to the ground. This was actually better than the actual snatch game. This was better than the actual reading challenge. It was better than a lot of things that they've done. It was just funny all the way through. All the girls was funny, like legit. I can't think of anybody who wasn't funny or didn't make me chuckle a little bit. Yeah, they all did their thing. So I don't know why they didn't give the people this during the reading challenge, but whatever. Different show, different episodes, different pressures, different mindsets. Maybe you're not thinking about it like that, whatever. Okay, so who I thought that was going to win the Slap-a-Hoe challenge was actually, who I thought was going to win was Silky, but who actually won was Brooklyn. Brooklyn's reads was just more, I guess, they were just executed better. They had more structure, I guess. But Silky's reads was just, Silky just being funny and Silky just being Silky. Okay. So, Yvie was being dramatic doing the Slap-a-Hoe challenge, but it wasn't needed. It was extra. And then her slaps are weak. I was just like, girl, you talk all that crap about people and you can't fight? Child, please. Okay, so RuPaul, this was the episode he ended up bringing all the girls back. So immediately I noticed that everybody was back except for Raja, Ohara, and Kahana Montrese. But I guess since it was the top, 6 girls, I believe? Yeah. Top 6 girls, they had to pick 6 people to come back. So I guess, somebody had to be left out. But I don't know. If y'all know any behind the scenes tea on why Kahana Montrese and Honey Davenport was left out, y'all let me know. But I understand they had to have an evenly matched situation. And so this was the makeover challenge. And usually when they bring the girls back, that means that another girl is coming and gonna remain in the competition or try to beat them out. But that wasn't this situation. So that was a big sigh of relief. I was just like, okay. But the girls just had to make the girls up as, the family resemblance challenge. Drag family values. As RuPaul would say, shouts out to the Braxtons. Okay. Y'all stay tuned for my Braxton family values review after this one. Okay, what else is going on? So Brooklyn, since she won the challenge, she got to match the girls up. She gave herself Plastique in terms of a makeover. I mean, Brooklyn is a pageant girl. Plastique is a pageant girl. Her mama's Alyssa Edwards. There you go. I mean, that's easy. Akeria got Honey Davenport. The cousins, the Davenports. One from Texas, one from New York. Who else? Nina got Sugah. Vanjie got... Who did Vanjie get? Vanjie got Ariel Versace. Yvie got Scarlet Yvie. And then Silky got SoJu. And y'all know Silky and SoJu... what an odd pairing, It's definitely, and they, kind of talked some crap about each other in the past, etc. So I was just like, I don't know how this is gonna work. The personality's there, and it was definitely shady. Silky definitely had the biggest risk in this competition with SoJu. Saying as how we didn't really get to see a lot of SoJu because she unfortunately went home first. So there's a lot that we don't know yet about Miss SoJu. She's sweet and I think she's adorable. But yeah. So that was a moment. Child, as soon as SoJu opened her mouth, she started talking about the cysts and the leaking and Dr. Pimple Popper and all some kind of stuff, and I was just like, dear God. Silky did not want to hear that mess. It was a moment where, Silky draws on her eyebrows with a magic marker. And she was just like, well, I'm going to get the magic marker. Silky was just like, yeah, we family, ain't we? I hollered. I was just like, Silky is a hot mess, I tell you. And she going to draw on them lips. And it's very interesting. She pulls it off with the magic marker look. I wouldn't personally want that or do that. But, I mean, hey. Different styles of drag, child. What else is going on? Vanjie had a conversation with Ariel Versace about the wigs. Y'all remember Plastique was going on in Untucked about how since her and Ariel Versace was such good friends, that Ariel Versace left all those wigs specifically for her. Then we found out by Ariel Versace herself that she forgot that she left all them wigs. And them wigs was for nobody. She had one big red wig for Silky. And the rest of the wigs was just there. Stolen. She forgot the wigs. Now, I don't understand how you can forget a whole gigantic rack of wigs. And apparently it was tons of wigs that she left. So I don't know how, but your mind's going and you have all the other girls' stuff in there with yours. So, I'm sure it's and you probably have a certain amount of time to pack your stuff. So it's probably a situation where you're trying to just remember everything and get all your stuff. But still, I don't know how she could forget all that many wigs. But I mean, whatever. I'm not there. I'm not in that headspace. We all, as people, just forget stuff anyway. Um, hell, some people go out the door and leave their kids in the house and forget they and strap the kids up in the back seat. So hell. So yeah, so she was feeling some kind of way about the wigs. Talking to Vanjie, and she ain't said nothing about Plastique being her best friend or none of that foolishness. I was just like, Lord Jesus. Okay. What else is going on? SoJu talking about she got tendonitis. Me too. Rupaul went around and talked to the girls. She asked Brooklyn. She was like, Brooklyn, were you strategic in your planning? Brooklyn is always strategic. But she was just like, no, I just, what I feel like a person represents, I just put them with that person in terms of, and she tried to make it seem like, me and Plastique were somewhat alike, we're almost the same height. We have similar build, etc., etc. So it would be easy to make her over. I was just like, that's a good cop out. And then RuPaul was just like, oh, so you paired SoJu with Silky. You thought that was going to be a good idea? Child Plastique said, well, I mean that anybody that is put with Silky is going to be a challenge. Because, she's a challenge within herself. And I was just like, ooh. That ain't gonna read over well. Then she was just like, I'm really a good person. I was like, okay, Brooklyn, just be honest. Nobody's gonna think you're a bad person. Maybe some people will, but they'll get over it because you're white. Can we be honest? So, you're just strategic, and hell, who's to say that all the girls wouldn't, if they were in your position, they wouldn't work it out in their favor or try to. Now, just because you trying to be sneaky about something still doesn't mean at the end of the day it's going to work out the way that you want it to work out. But still, it's a competition. You're trying to beat the next girl, and you're just trying to make it to the next week, And so, hey, it's no tea, no shade. It's all a game. RuPaul asked Akeria about who's gonna have the biggest challenge here, and Akeria was like Silky. Sorry, I bit my tongue. She was like Silky, because Mama's blind. But when you can read somebody like that when you're really good friends with them. We all know the Dream Girls is Vanessa, Vanjie, Mateo, Akeria, Davenport, and Silky Nutmeg, Ganche. So, it was kind of funny when she said that. Everything Akeria says is just funny to me. Akeria I just like her. She's just the homie. Like, it's so much of Akeria that, she's just funny. She reminds me a little bit of myself. She reminds me, of, people I know, just personality wise. She's just, she's just cool. Let me see. Now RuPaul went over there to Silky. She started, asking Silky questions, and they keep going on and on about Silky's padding. Now, mind you, if Michelle and RuPaul have brought up Silky's padding during the Magic Show challenge and not made it such a big deal, I don't think us as the audience would have said anything about Silky's padding. We know Silky's shape. And there you go. But if they wouldn't have made such a big deal about the pads, her padding, I didn't think it was a big. Nobody even noticed Silky's padding being off. But mind you, they're right there while we're looking on TV. But still, that's not what we was looking at. We was looking at the train wreck of the whole damn Magic Show on that team. We wasn't thinking about the girls' pads. But they making a big deal about Silky's pads, and Silky basically, she didn't have anything to say. She was just like, I will try to improve for next time, and she just kept like making up excuses as to why her padding looked so off and all that kind of stuff, and I mean, but see, normally Silky wears a lot of gowns, so you don't necessarily see the imperfections in her padding. So, you don't notice it. But when she, wears little leotards and things, obviously her legs are out. Whoop to whoop. So there you go. But still, I was just like, why is it making this such a big deal? But okay, I guess it is. Let me see. So it gets to the next day, child, and all the girls are sitting around, and Akeria, or one of the producers, decide to whisper in Akeria's ear and tell her to start some mess. So she was just like, so Ariel, what was you saying about the wigs yesterday, girl? And she was just like, yeah, here's the tea with the wigs. I left that big red wig for Silky, but I left nobody else wigs. And it was just like, oh, okay, so you didn't leave all the wigs for Plastique. She was just like, I'm close to Plastique. I was the closest to Plastique while I was here in the competition. AKA, I ain't heard from that whole since. But in terms of leaving all those wigs to Plastique, that was false. And Plastique was just sitting over there looking, not saying nothing. Then Akeria brought up the whole thing what Scarlet said. Now, Scarlet had said to Nina and Yvie that she is surprised that Vanjie and Silky is still in competition. And I halfway agree with Scarlet. I'm surprised that Vanjie's still in the competition. Not that she's not talented, but Vanjie has been doing the worst out of everybody, but she's still in the competition. So it's confusing to me because technically she still shouldn't be there. Technically, Vanjie should have went home when her and Plastique lip synced. If you're basing it on on the challenge overall and who's been doing the worst, who's been doing the best, whatever. But whatever, it's not what it's about. So, Vanjie, she felt some kind of way about that. She was just like, oh, okay, Scarlet, so that's how you really feel. Oh, okay. But, in terms, and you fake and whoop to whoop. So Silky got pissed about it. Then Yvie jumped in. Once again, Yvie, you're the last person that Silky wants to hear from. But once again, she jumped in. But in this instance, I understand. She was also working with Scarlet. That was her teammate. She didn't want Scarlet to feel any kind of way. Probably. I'm just guessing. So she was just like, no. Scarlet said that she felt that way about Silky because Silky has been getting the most help out of everybody in terms of, her outfits and wigs and hair, the whole nine. Now, we never saw that as the viewers. Not saying that it's not true, but we just never saw that as the viewers. So I was just like, okay. And Silky was just like, well, everybody need help. Then Vanjie jumped in and was just like, yeah, Nina need help with her hair. Like, what do you mean? So it was just a whole thing. And Yvie brought up something very important. She was like, just because somebody is reading you or has an opinion on you that's not necessarily nice doesn't mean that they hate you or whatever. Which is true. But when you're in that mindset, when you're either a sensitive person or you're already feeling some kind of way about whatever, you're gonna attack the person. Like, sometimes all it takes is just one wrong comment. Now, mind you, you've had a whole bunch of all kind of negative comments and negative critiques, and you're already in your feelings about something, and then somebody else comes and that one topping on the cake that says something negative to you, and you just lash out on that one person because you can't necessarily lash out at the person that you want to lash out at, like the judges or something. So Silky, she was just going off, and you're just like, and I feel that you fake, and I feel like your drag is this and that. It was just really an ugly scene. I don't know why Akeria. I just didn't think it was important to bring up. Because, like, who cares? All y'all gossip about each other. Ultimately, there's going to be one winner, and everybody wants to be that one winner. And it's a competition. The stakes are high. Who knows what these girls go through on a regular basis being on the show. I hear they get lack of sleep. Just all kinds of stuff. It's a lot of pressure constantly. Like, it's just like tensions are high. Things are already there. So, to just throw that in there and stir it up, I was like, And I'm shocked at Akeria for doing that. But, I guess she wanted to clear the air and, but still, clearing the air and talking about and having these hard conversations with people, like if you talked about somebody and all that, that's still not going to make these two people close. That's still not going to make these two people friends. If that's just how the cookie crumbles, But hey, I personally think it was something judged up by the producers that told Akeria to stir that mess up. But if she did do it on her own, then okay. But that was a little shocking, a little bit to me. Okay, what else is going on? So we get to the runway. RuPaul's look, it was cute. It was a gold gown. It was simple. So we get to what's her name? Yvie and Scarlet's look. It was basically just ripped up denim. I thought it was cute. Although when I looked, she definitely had the better outfit than Scarlet. But I like the concept. I like what they were giving. And we found out later on that was Yvie's first dress that she's ever made, like for somebody else. And I think that was a good job for her first dress. I do feel like, though, just thinking about it, all the scraps and stuff, all the cut up denim, it was a lot because it was all on top and it was all on the bottom. I think it would have worked better if the top was like a solid denim top or something, or a cute jacket cut up or something. Then the leg part was the cut up shredded denim versus it just being denim all over, looking like, I don't know, something out of a cave. Looking like a caveman, coming to scare you with all that foolishness on. But I did like the concept and I did like it overall. It was cool, but like I said, Yvie had the better outfit. Nina and Sugah Cain, darling. They, Nina's always about a message, always about, bringing the people together. Nina had on the rainbow flag, and Sugah's look, she had on the front of her look, she had a symbol for transgender. And so, they came together. So it was a beautiful message, but their looks was off. Their looks was really, really off, y'all. It wasn't pleasing to the eye, to say the least. Let me see. And like Michelle told Sugah on the runway, when they were talking to the judges, that Sugah kind of looked like a clown, and she did. And Nina didn't look too far from it. And, they was going on and on about earlier that SoJu can't walk in heels, that SoJu usually just wear little kitten heels. She don't really walk in high heels, so she was walking in high heels and could barely walk in them. But with that said, it's a few of these girls that I can mention, like Vanjie and Nina, that aren't necessarily best walkers either in heels. Now, I don't know if they're not the best walkers, period, or the best walkers in heels, but it's been a few times I've seen a little stumble from both of them, especially Nina. Nina walks like a trucker. I don't know what that's about. Okay, so then we had Honey Davenport and Akeria Davenport. They look beautiful. Classic. I know it's not a good picture, y'all. Classic Davenport, the blonde hair, the hips, the pageant. And RuPaul later on said that that's the best that Honey ever looked. Now this is Silky and SoJu. I actually like their looks. SoJu had a little cute little bodysuit with this long straight hair, and Silky with the fro. I liked it, but I did not like that belt around Silky's waist. I don't know what she felt like she was doing with that belt. It was just not needed. I was like, why is this belt there? And furthermore, also, if the judges just read you, y'all see a little belt around her waist. If the judges just read you about your padding, why didn't you why didn't you wear what SoJu had on and she wear what you wear? Why you didn't wear a little pantsuit? A little jumpsuit situation. Why you didn't wear that? And had her, have the legs out. If the judges just read you on your pads, when you cover them up so the judges wouldn't be able to see your pads this week, I didn't get it. But I guess she thought she was doing it, and Michelle, them still didn't like her pads. I was like, Lord. Vanjie and Ariel, they look really, really pretty. Classic Vanjie look in a red. Vanjie had on the jumpsuit, and Ariel had on the gown, and it was lovely, stunning, lovely. Plastique and Brooklyn, classic pageant look. It was lovely. It was boring though, very typical, very. Yeah, it was like the white version of Akeria and Honey. Be honest with you, or the white and Asian version, y'all. Come on now, I'm tired. What else is going on? Is that all the girls? I think so. Yeah, that's all of them. So they did not like Sugah's look. I didn't either. Let me see. Who ended up winning the challenge was Brooklyn. I felt like that was unfair. I didn't understand why Brooklyn won the challenge, personally. Who I felt like did the best was Vanjie. Shockingly, she did the best. She did. I don't know, y'all. I feel like they're keeping Vanjie on for A ratings because she's popular, and B because of I don't know. It's almost like they're keeping Vanjie in this competition to be like, okay, girl, I know you keep landing in the bottom, but we're gonna keep you on so you can eventually get a win, so you can at least get one win, so that you can continue to make it to that step, so you can get some kind of credit or some kind of points or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, the girls ended up dancing off of TLC No Scrubs, what I was singing in the beginning. It was tired. It was disappointing. And the girls who was in the bottom was Nina and Silky. Do I agree with Nina and Silky being in the bottom? I guess so. Yeah. Let me look back at these pictures. Yeah, I guess Nina and Silky. You had to have somebody in the bottom. It's less girls, so that would make sense. So this was the first time both of them have ever lip synced. And No Scrubs is a very kind of chill, kind of just two-step, head bobble, mid-tempo type of record. It's not a high energy kind of record, like something that like Silky is known for, into something that is very familiar to her, in terms of lip syncing, performing, etc. And you can tell this song No Scrubs was not a Nina West song, if that makes sense. Not something that she's used to lip syncing to. I'll say that. It was RuPaul said meh to the whole damn thing. It was tired. Silky went in the back, took off her wig, and was all up on the damn curtains and stuff. Just acting a fool. And Akeria said that Silky looked like a walrus out of water, and Nina looked like one of those Christmas toys that you wind up and start dancing. I screamed. Oh God. Who ended up staying was Silky, Nutmeg, Ganche. I don't feel like Nina West should have went home. But with that said, I don't really feel like Silky should have went home either. So I don't know. Either they should have kept both of them, or both of them should have left. How about that? Just to be fair. But Nina did not. She didn't really do that bad. I mean, she did bad in this challenge, but it just wasn't that. But I guess since it's less girls, they have to be more critical. And like we've seen, they've already used up their save on saving both girls when they saved Brooklyn and Yvie. So somebody had to go, right? I don't know. I don't agree with it, but it happened. As far as Untucked, Yvie is hooping and hollering and upset that when they was out on the runway, RuPaul asked the girls who should go home. Pretty much half the girls said Silky, and pretty much half the girls said Yvie. And so Yvie is upset because she feels like the girls don't like her on a personal reason. It's personal as to why they don't, the girls said her. And I was shocked that Nina West, her good girlfriend, said that Yvie should go home. I was shocked by that for sure. But she did. She didn't really give an explanation either in Untucked as to why she did. But it was pretty much personal in terms of with Yvie. No, Yvie's drag is not going to change because Yvie's drag is already unique. It's already its own thing. She just happened to be falling flat in these past few weeks. Silky got emotional because Brooklyn said that Silky should go home. Brooklyn was upset about having to say Silky to go home, and Silky got irritated and she started crying, and Brooklyn started crying, and I was just like, what is going on with these tears? What is the tea? I mean, you got to say somebody, right? Silky said that she did not accept Brooklyn's apology because Brooklyn, is shady, and she said that she loved my look, but then out on the runway, she said she didn't like it. Brooklyn is shady. Brooklyn act like we're not watching what's going on. She act like we don't know, the tea and everything. And y'all remember a few weeks ago when RuPaul was talking to Plastique? I think that was on the Snatch Game episode. And Akeria and Silky was talking to themselves, and they said that Plastique is a liar. That might be true. No, we see that's true. She sat over there and said that all them wigs was for her. The Ariel Versace left all them wigs for her on Untucked, which was a lie. Ariel should clarify. Ariel should have called the producers to call somebody, be like, send me my hair or something. Once she realized she didn't have them. That's a mess. How you leave all them? How you forget all them wigs? I understand forgetting some, but how you forget all of them? But I guess maybe she already had a bunch of wigs. How many wigs did you buy? How many wigs did you bring to the competition? 1,000? Child. But she makes wigs anyway. She'll be alright. Let them girls have them wigs, child. Let me see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Next week, it's the top 5. We have Yvie, we have Vanjie, we have Silky, we have Brooklyn, and we have Akeria. Yep. I expect for this to be my top 5. Who did I expect to be in the top 5? I said Brooklyn. I said Silky. I think I said Akeria. I did not expect for Vanjie to be in the top 5, but she is. Congratulations. Yvie. I said Yvie probably going to be in the top 5 too. So I was okay. I was pretty much right. Who I think the top 5 was going to be minus Vanjie. I thought Plastique was going to make it to the top 5. And probably Nina. Plastique or Nina make the top 5. Think about all the girls. Yeah. But hey, we'll see. It's very interesting. It's getting really good. I wonder who's going to win. I would love at this point, I know I've been rooting for Silky, and I'm still rooting for Silky. I really like Silky, but Silky is a lot. I would be fine. Okay, my top 3, and I would be fine if these 3 would win. If these 3 don't end up in the top 3, then okay. but I'm sure at least 2 of them will, probably. My first pick to win this season would be Akeria. My second pick to win would be Silky, and my third pick would be Yvie. If either one of those 3 win this season RuPaul's Drag Race, I'll be fine with it. Yeah, but I'm pushing for Akeria to win, though. But, you know, that Brooklyn, she'll sneak some out her ass, won't she? She's super talented. Brooklyn has been doing good this entire competition, for real. So who knows, child? Who knows? I don't know. With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at IsKingsWare on Instagram and Twitter. At IsKingsWare89 on Snapchat. Chess King on Facebook. Mr. Chalaki on Cash App and PayPal. Run me my money or run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black and stay tuned. And I'll see you guys later.